The world is full of difficult realities, stories where hope seems very small and pain feels endless. Yet, in the middle of this darkness, there are people who show courage, people who keep going even when life gives them little choice. In some rural villages of India, far away from the big cities, there is a tradition that has lasted for centuries. It is not a tradition of celebration, but one born from poverty, from the caste system, and from strong social prejudices that still exist today. In these villages, sex work is not simply a profession. For many families, it is an inheritance, a role passed from mothers to daughters, a survival strategy when all other doors remain closed. Gallant Chronicles takes you into these hidden places, where life is shaped by hardship, but also by resilience. The women who live and work here are not only sex workers. They are mothers who feed their children, daughters who look after aging parents, and grandmothers who still carry responsibilities for the family. Society often sees them only through one lens, but the truth is that they are the backbone of their communities. They make sacrifices every single day, and their strength keeps their families alive. Bound by the caste system, they are pushed to the margins of society, carrying a heavy load of stigma, poverty, and violence. Many men in these communities struggle to find stable jobs because of discrimination and lack of opportunities. And so it is the women who keep families afloat, paying debts, building homes, and trying to give a better life to the ones they love. Even in this world of struggle, small lights of hope begin to shine. Education has become one of the greatest weapons against this cycle. When a child, especially a girl, goes to school without fear, it is more than just learning letters and numbers. It is the first step toward freedom. NGOs and social activists enter these villages, offering support, resources, and the belief that a new path is possible. With their help, new generations dare to dream of different futures. Futures not tied to inherited poverty or the labels society forces upon them. Each small success, a young woman earning a degree, a family daring to stand against old traditions, a child imagining life beyond the village walls, becomes a seed of change. The film shows us not only the difficulties but also the incredible strength of the human spirit. It explains how old colonial laws criminalized their work, how banks refused to give them access to financial help, and how, as a result, many women are trapped by moneylenders who exploit them. Yet, in the middle of all these injustices, the women continue to carry their families with bravery that outsiders may find hard to imagine. They fight against abuse, they push their children to study, and they still dream of a life where they can walk with dignity and safety. Gallant Chronicles does not simply tell a story of sex work. It tells a story of survival, of women who are fighting to change the destiny of their children. It asks the viewer to see them not with judgment, but with empathy. It reminds us that their situation is not the result of personal failure, but of deep systems of inequality tied to caste, gender, and poverty. These systems leave little space for choice, yet these women still rise each day, still provide, still hope. This story is not just about small villages in India. It is about how inequality shapes human lives and how the human spirit refuses to be crushed. It is about women who fight for respect and for freedom, even when society gives them none. In places where old traditions clash with modern struggles, change is beginning to grow quietly, carried by the courage of mothers and the dreams of children who long for more. As the documentary comes to its end, one truth stands clear. Even in the darkest realities, people search for light. And in the hearts of these women and their children, that light is the promise of a better tomorrow.